Alright, and we are back once again with the Lego Brawls.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Let's see what's in for this week. This one I already unlocked by a glitch. I don't know why. Next is ski poles.
I still like the fact that you're wearing like a pumpkin head for Christmas.
Here. A broom? Snow broom?
Why, you're gonna try to sweep the competition?
No, but this will be good for this snowman.
I see that snowman. Oh man, I don't know if you remember it. Do you remember that Christmas horror movie, the one where the Jack Frost? I think it's called Jack Frost. You know, it's the one where the snowman's the bad guy.
Oh, now I remember.
I remember watching that. I mean, I remember watching that as a kid. I never caught the puns, obviously. My only thought was there's a killer snowman.
This snow sled. Next, say hat.
That's a pretty nice hat.
Yeah.
You know, I've already started watching a few Christmas cartoons. You want to know what I saw the other day?
Alright.
Okay. So, there's this... Well, you've probably seen it on YouTube where it shows the Cartoon Network Christmas cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're showing Christmas cartoons. I was bored and I was like, okay, let's go through some childhood memories. They played the Fight Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie. I mean, I saw the regular show, but the Christmas special regular show's always been boring.
Except for the white elephant one.
But okay, I do remember that episode. But the weirdest thing is they only showed one like regular show Christmas when there's a lot.
I know, because they're always picky.
Picky. Oh.
Yeah, they're always picky on this episode.
My gosh, I did some baking today. I gotta do some more baking tomorrow.
Yeah, we're getting closer to Christmas.
I know, closer to Kanishmas. No, I'm waiting for my niece to come over so we can watch Krampus. And then after, and then when Christmas is over, we gotta get ready for Extermination Day.
I'm ready to go to war.
Right? It's kind of weird when me and Dad go, we gotta get ready for Extermination Day. People look at us like we're weird. And I don't want to explain to them. I just said basically it's our New Year's. Cause, well, because in the has-been community, well, Vizzy Pop community, New Year's is always Extermination Day. You know, so that's what we call it. And everybody, well, I don't know how everybody else celebrates Extermination Day. Normally, Dad will have a big barbecue, and we'll call it Demon Meat. And I would always make drinks, like always. Speaking of drinks, the eggnog should be ready. I'm excited for the eggnog. Alright, guys, if y'all don't know, I already made a tweet about it. But okay, for the past 3 years, I've always made George Washington's eggnog. AKA eggnog with alcohol in it. And I make it fresh. But the thing about this eggnog is I gotta let it age. So we always sit at least a week before Christmas. Well, a week before Christmas Eve. That way when Christmas Eve come and we drink it, it's always so good. But every time I make it, I always make half. Right? Half a batch of it, right? Because the only people that really drink it is really me and you and roommate. Nobody else. But this year, we're going to have family members come over. So I made a whole batch. And I actually made over 1 gallon. I know, that's a lot of eggnog.
What is my team even doing?
It's Christmas. You're going to be messing around.
Yeah.
And what's the first holiday? It's Valentine's, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I don't like Valentine's.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I don't.
And I went to Walmart started, and surprisingly, they're not pushing out Christmas.
Of course, because Christmas is a freaking favorite holiday. And I still gotta finish some shopping. Yeah, I know. Like Saturday, I'm just gonna spend the day shopping. I know. I told my roommate, "Hey, roommate, I gotta do Christmas shopping." He goes, "Me too." And I go, "Great, let's go Christmas shopping together." Because he still needs to get stuff for his mom and his sister, and I still gotta get one more present for our mother.
Yeah.
You won. Ski pools. I was trying to remember what those are called.
Yeah. I think somebody once said, "Are those snow skewers or something?"
Snow skewers? Never heard about that.
I know. I was like, what are you talking about? These are not snow skewers.
Well, that's funny though. Snow skiers. That's the first. Oh, speaking of which, I brought home a box of fish.
Fish.
Yeah, fish. I know. I actually took a picture and I showed it to Dad. I go, "Hey, Dad." And the first thing he asked is, "What are you gonna do with that box of fish?" I told him, "You want a box of fish?" He goes, "How'd you get a box of fish?" I go, "Somebody in the office gave it to me, but they don't like fish, and it's like frozen fish already."
Isn't it salmon?
I think it's salmon. And I was like, "Dude, who doesn't want a box of fish?" Man, I mean, I like fish. I don't like fried fish because for some reason that I mean, I remember I used to eat it as a kid, but now it's like, you know. I prefer like oven baked fish, especially sushi. But obviously, my favorite one is tuna, like Hard Heat from Fancy Tuna. Or sometimes I'll just put them in rice bowls. Come on, brother, you got it.
I know, but it's my team. I don't know what are they even doing.
Wait, did you just turn into a snowman?
Yeah, you get power.
Who are you, Jack Skeleton in the video game? Remember?
Yeah.
When he could turn into like regular Jack, Santa Jack, and then Pumpkin Jack. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite things about the video game is that you could use like ice power, some fire power, and then your soul rubber.
I know, I've been trying to hunt down some consoles. Man, I've been trying to hunt down the original Xbox. I've been trying to look for some other games. I'm still looking for a Japanese PlayStation 2. So I could be able to play that Sergeant Frog game that I have.
I remember playing the Soul Eater game at the convention back in the day when it first came out. I was like all over that. But the funny thing about it was that the game wasn't... Okay. So the funny thing about, you know, playing Japanese games, especially from an anime, like, some of them don't get translated in English. Like, I can say this right now. The very first anime game I ever played was the Inuyasha game for the PlayStation. Remember?
Yeah, well, actually, there's two of them.
Wait. I'm getting there, brother. I'm getting there. For the PlayStation. But the thing about that one was that it was in Japanese. But, like, the game was in, had subtitles on it.
Yeah.
You know how they'll talk Japanese? I mean, it was like a fighting game. Like, you get to pick whatever character you want, and then they do a story. You know?
Yeah.
And then there was a second one for the PlayStation. Was it PlayStation 2?
Yes.
That one's the one. That one was one of the ones I remember. Feudal Combat.
Yeah.
Combat. Yeah. That one was the one I remember. The one where they're fighting. And then there was another one. I forgot which one it was called. But it's the story game, remember?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Final Fantasy RPG. And I remember my cousin was so obsessed with that because she was obsessed with Inuyasha. And then when I got the game, I played that game like crazy. But my favorite character I always loved playing as was always Koga. Because Koga was my first anime crush. That hesitant in my voice said a lot.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, I'm looking at my teammates right now like, wait. Are you gonna go on a jalapeno man?
The jalapeno does remind me of what's his name? Jose the Jalapeno from Jeff Dunham. Have you ever seen Jeff Dunham?
Only on that one particular episode of Fish Tank.
That's it?
Yeah.
I remember the episode. But man, Jeff Dunham is a freaking funny comedian. Yeah, there you go, comedian. My gosh, if I had to choose my top comedian, it has to be number 1 will be Jeff Dunham, and number 2 would be Fluffy. He's hilarious. Number 3 would be, what's his name? John. I can't ever pronounce his last name. John Monley. I can't ever pronounce his last name. And number 4 will be Eric Schwartz, just because I had the opportunity to watch Eric do one of his live shows.
Oh, okay.
That's an experience I'm never gonna forget. And speaking of experience and never forgetting, what about that show we went to, brother? Can we still talk about it, or we have to wait until the video is out?
I guess we could talk about it since it's already been a week, so yeah.
Okay. Brother and I actually, we got to check out the Sonic Symphony show. And boy, it's a show to remember.
Yep.
It is a show to remember. Like, I mean, I've seen videos on when you go to like a symphony concert and they play like Star Wars music or Kingdom Hearts music.
Yeah.
But never I would thought I would ever go to one that plays Sonic music.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you did, brother, but I cried a little bit.
I did cry a little bit myself.
I know, I cried a little bit. It was so beautiful. And then I nearly got PTSD because they were freaking showing Sonic drowning on the big screen.
Oh, everyone was
I know! I was like, ah! I was yelling. Oh, my poor roommate. My poor roommate had to deal with my BS. I mean, I have no complaints about the show. I guess the only complaints I had was the merch table.
Oh yeah, the line kept going.
Well, it's because I went during the show. I went during the I went during one of the by 2 of the songs
Yeah.
that were playing. Me and my roommate went, but the thing that I didn't like was that they didn't have a lot of merch. All they had were 2 different shirts. 2 different shirts, a sweater, a bag, and a $5 magnet, and that's it.
I wanted CDs.
I know, that's what my roommate was looking for. He was looking for CDs. I was looking for a pin, but they didn't have any. And that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least when we went to go check out Elstorm, they had everything.
Yeah.
You know, they had a bunch of merch. You know, yeah, I was, I mean, I don't know, I don't know if it's because maybe they sold out of merch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really can't say.
Come to think of it, during the Elstorm run, there were two different sets of merchandise for Elstorm and the Duval. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but like I said, but they had more different variety of merch.
I checked on their website, the Sonic Symphony. There's no CDs or pens.
Aww. I mean, you know me, the first thing I look for is pins. I always look for pins, because those are like my go-to to collect.
Speaking of pens, I was at the mall the other day helping...
Dad shop?
Yeah.
What's up?
And I was at Lunchbox and they do sell pens.
I know, I saw that. I actually, okay, so, well, I can talk about it now. So me and, you know how, okay, so me and a couple of my friends, we had like a girls shopping day. So it was me, Kova, Kova 360, Joy Balloons, and Novice Animation. We were all shopping, what was it, on a Saturday? Yeah, we were shopping Saturday because we all wanted to hang out before we, you know, got to split for the holidays.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun, so we decided, you know what, let's go hang out at the mall. You know, so we had a good dinner at Chili's. We had a good dinner, and then we went shopping at the mall. And let me tell you this. So Joe had to go to Bath and Body Works, right? That store. And me and her are not familiar with like the products that they have. I understand it's like skincare and all that, right? But that store was full, and then there was a line outside, and that they're having all these sales going on. You know, like they were like, oh, you get 3 perfumes and get 3 free, or if you spend $40, you could go ahead and get like a box. You know, a box for that's worth $100 value for $35. You know, but here was the most annoying part. So me and Joe are in line, and then Novice was like a couple of people in front of us. And then Joe's sister Kova was like, hey, I gotta use the restroom, I'll be back. So we waited 30 minutes in line. And Joe was like, I'm gonna be honest, Tiff, I don't shop at the store, I do all my shopping online. And I asked her, what the heck are you doing here at then why are we shopping? You know? And she said the only reason why I wanted to go to the store because my boyfriend's mother wanted something at Bath and Body Works. So I appreciate you waiting with me. You know? And the funny thing about that is we waited 30 minutes in line. And then Kova was still in the restroom. So Joe's already getting irritated. You know? And she was freaking telling me that I swear if I have to pay for my sister's stuff, I'm going to get mad, right? And then just when Joe was going to be the next person, Kova finally came back. Just in the nick of time. And that look on the cashier's face. Because at this point, Joe's already frustrated. And she freaking tells Kova, I swear if I had to pay for your stuff, I would have killed you. And that's her way of saying, hey, I'm going to get very upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cashier made a freaking funny look on her face. I was trying not to laugh. And then freaking Joe told her, it's okay. She's my sister. It's illegal. So it was fun shopping with those goofballs. It was fun. But yeah, I did check out Lunchbox. And I did check out their pens. I'm not gonna lie. I was super tempted because I don't have Disney pens. And I know that Disney, I've seen videos on Disney pin collectors and they go crazy. You know, believe it or not, that's how I learned if some pins are real or fake. Just because they're Disney, it means they can go ahead and, you know, they could go ahead and happen where you're at. Like for an example, did you know that in the community has been a hell of a, there's actually some fake pins circulating?
Oh, bootleg. Yeah,
bootleg pins. And like there's this girl in the community, her name is Mistress Mercury, and she is awesome. She is super supportive. She has bought a lot of fan pins and fan merch, you know what I mean? She supports the artist. And she's awesome. So every time there's a fake pin, she will take a picture of it, or she would get it and she'll compare it to the real pins that she has in her collection. And she'll point out, hey, this is real, this is fake, you know? Like, there's been a fake Tom Trench pin. What was it? A fake Tom Trench, and then there's also a fake Alistair pin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about fake pins, like I said, I can go on and on about talking about pins, but I'm gonna cut this short. Because you know how pins are made, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's the biggest collector I know? The biggest collector I know would be Joe, and she was telling me that she used to have a shop and she sold pins, but she'll buy pins from this company, and she used to sell My Hero Academia pins, right? Yeah. But she got upset because she got a pin and she broke it in half, and it turns out it wasn't metal, it was like stone. Yeah, that really got her upset, so she stopped ordering from there. So she's like a pen expert. Like, she could tell if pins are real or fake. You know, I'm like, man, I wish I had that skill on pins to find out if they're real or fake. You know what I mean? I mean, if I can, I could, what was it, have like a pin mini-series. Like, hey, today we're going to talk about this fan-made pin from, I'm going to say a random name, from this person. Or check out their pin, how big it is, how thick it is, how much it weighs.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I was sending myself to get it.
I'm
I
not.
wasn't too sure.
You weren't too sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was eyeballing the turning red pin because I do low key like that movie. You know, I admitted to people. I mean, you should see the look on their face when I told them. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I saw turning red because of all the freaking memes, all the memes I've seen. That's the only reason why. And I actually wanted that pin because I do. Because I do like that movie. Well, I like it because it takes place in the 90s. It takes place in our era, brother.
Yep.
The 90s, back when girls were obsessing over boy bands. Which is funny because I never obsessed over a boy band. It was our two older sisters. And it was always NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Oh, I found out that they're both touring now.
Touring?
Yeah, because well, I don't know if I'm wrong. It's because the members of NSYNC, they showed up in the new Trolls movie.
Oh.
Yeah, they showed up in the new Trolls movie. And when they made an announcement on TV that they're going on tour, my first thought was, man, they must
Need money.
they must need money, or they need the green.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine, which is I understand. Everybody needs to hustle, but that was the first thought that came to my head. And my dad, you know, our dad was just freaking laughing, going, "Ah, you're right." Code Star. She looks like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
My gosh, man. I can't believe I was off yesterday and I'm off today from work. Well, it's because my manager called me into her office and she goes, "Hey Tiff, I gotta talk to you." And I'm all thinking, ah shit, what did I do?
Oh boy.
You know, my first thought is, what do I do? What do I do? A million questions pops into my head. But she just said, just to let you know, even though you started working with this company for a couple of months, you already have some hours of vacation, which is like 16. And she goes, and she just tells me, so there's two things you could do. One, you could use those vacation, because it's paid vacation. She goes, you could use that vacation now, before the end of the year. Or, if you wait till the end of the year, you're going to lose all that vacation. So I'm like, how do I use it? So a couple of people are taking, I mean, it's slow too at work, so a lot of people are taking days off. Like, I had today off, and honestly, I accomplished a lot. I started baking for Christmas. I did all my laundry.
Yeah. Come on, what's my team doing? We're losing.
Come on, guys, hurry up. And I did that while I was watching one of my favorite Christmas movies. Can you guess?
What?
Gremlins.
Oh.
I know, Mom was like, Gremlins is not a Christmas movie. I go, look, it takes place during Christmas. It's fine. Honestly, if I didn't have cats, I would love to have a Mugwai. Do you know that they actually released a Furby edition of Gizmo? Sorry, I forgot his name. Yeah, Gizmo. Man, they released a lot of different Furbies. They released that one. They even released a Furby of E.T.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they released a Furby of E.T. I mean, if I can, I would like to get Furbies, and I'd like to put them in a circle like in Tattletale.
Oh boy.
I know. But keep in mind, there's only so much things I can have because of my cats, and I don't want to give my roommate another heart attack.
Boy.
I know. Have you ever thought of getting like Lego pieces and building like a Lego statue?
Yeah, but I want a bigger room in order to display everything.
No, man. I wish I had a bigger room, but I don't. That's why all my stuff is in storage. Which is why when I write my Christmas letter to Santa, I always ask Santa for the same thing.
Bigger room?
No.
Ah.
I always ask for a Chucky doll, that $500 Trick or Treat Child's Play 2 edition to be precise. But I would tell Santa, not this year.
Wait a minute, just realized we have a...
You have a fox!
Yes, I was gonna say a furry.
What did the fox say?
We got a furry, a Statue of Liberty.
My gosh. I guess because now I've seen that Just Dance video of what does the fox say, I always think a choreographer came up with the dance. And then somebody had to dance a dance in that fursuit. And then there's two girl foxes in the dancing in the background. And every time I see those girl foxes dancing, I think of Angel Dust. From the GIF that they showed with Angel dancing and the two foxes. Oh, speaking of which, what did you think about the trailer?
It's alright, but I could have wished there could have been more than making it seem like it's a musical.
Well, remember, that was the intention to begin with for Has-Been.
Yeah.
That was the intention to begin with, to be a musical. But there's only one complaint I have heard so far about it.
Right.
Now the animation's great. Everybody loves the animation. The animation, the music. It's, now guys, it's not my opinion. I'm just repeating what I have heard. The complaint that people are having is really the voices. Like, people are saying, oh, I still prefer Edward Bosco as Alistair. You know?
No.
But okay, so obviously we know this. Once it goes to voice change, it will get on your nerves, but then you'll get used to it, depending on what it is. Like, okay, here's a good example. Ranma 1.5. That was one of my favorite anime shows growing up. And like in the beginning, Ranma had like a weak voice, and then later on, I believe in like season 2 or 3, it changes to like Inuyasha's voice actor. Yeah, it changed to him. And he stayed like that for a couple of seasons. And then, like, to the last season, it changed back to the original. I'm like, what the hell? You know, you get used to it.
Yeah.
Now, what was it? Like in Sailor Moon, like, you know how the original Sailor Moon sounds different than Sailor Moon in season 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because at least they changed their voices throughout the season. That's different. You know? But, like, I hate it when they change the voice in the middle. Like, okay, I don't know if you are aware of this, but you know how in Japan, how the manga comes out? I'm going to use Ouran High School Host Club as an example, because that was my favorite drama anime in middle school, yeah. So, remember when Ouran came out, it was a manga?
Yeah.
And then they have this drama CD. Do you know what that is?
I've heard about those.
Okay, drama CD is basically a CD where you get to hear the characters' voices, right? And then when the actual anime comes out, their voices sounds different.
Yeah.
And if you remember in Lucky Star, this is what Konata says. Yeah, she said that she gets used to the voices in the drama CD, and then when the show comes out, they're different voices, and it's, you know, it's unusual for her to get used to. Because we're so used to hearing Michael Kovac as Angel, and then we get used to hearing Edward Bosco as Alistair. And then once we check out the show, obviously the voices aren't gonna fit for us. You know what I mean? But I guess when the show comes out, like, you know, I'll get used to the new voices. But one voice I can't really stand, and I'm not talking about Has-Been, is the... Okay, so you're aware that they dubbed Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I cannot stand... I mean, the voice actress, I know she's a good voice actress, but I can't stand her voice to be Sailor Moon. It kills it for me. You know what I mean? I remember in the beginning Sailor Moon was a crybaby and everything. You know? Like, she had that crybaby voice, but the voice she has, the voice they give her in the redub, it's...
Annoying?
It is. It reads... too spoiled brat. Just like, okay. So... so when they dubbed season 1 and season 2, what I would do, this is how I would do it, no lies. I would go watch the original and then I'll go back and watch the redubbed, right? I'll go back and forth to compare, you know, like, hey, I don't remember this scene. Like, I don't know if you remember in the first episode, but remember when Serena's mom kicks her out of the house, telling her to go study? But what happened was that there's a scene where the brother comes in, right? And he's making fun of her for being locked out of the house. And then he freaking opens the door. He opens the door and runs through, and she's about to kick the door, but by the time she kicks the door, he slams it, and she starts hurting on her foot. Yeah, they skipped that part. They even skipped the episode where, you know who Melman is, right?
I think so.
Melman's the guy with the glasses, the one that falls in love with Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an episode where he's a bully, you know, like he's lifting up girl skirts and everything. Like, they skipped that. Too, so I'll go back and forth just to compare it.
Okay, let's see what I got.
What did you get? Jetpack. Sorry, I saw the astronaut. I immediately thought of Buzz Aldrin, or I was gonna go spaceship. Nice.
You're referring to Benny.
Yeah, spaceship.
Okay, since I have all this stuff together. What? I did not generate this. Building a snowman?
Do you want to build a snowman? Not gonna lie, my favorite version of the song is "Do you want to kill the Batman?"
Let's give him a shovel.
Let's make a party out of it. Let's have a parade. Get it?
A carrot launcher would be appropriate because of his nose. Let's see here.
Turkey. A turkey call. You lost your voice doing a turkey call? Lost the voice and the title.
Sled. Check. That's for the vehicle.
Wait a minute. Can you change the vehicle?
Nope.
Aw.
You can change this, but you cannot change the way it looks.
Oh man, I was gonna say it would be cool if we take out the pig and add Purple Swirl's head. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Like in Farfetch'd.
No.
Hey, go to the cat. You wanna know what the cat reminds me of?
What?
The Lego Movie. Remember?
Yeah.
Hello, Fluffy. Fluffy Jr., Fluffy Chi. It was kind of, remember when he's naming all the cats?
Yeah.
Row. And the last one goes, row. Meow. Don't make the snowman floss.
No.
That looks like snow. Is that snow?
No, it's clouds.
Oh, that was snow. I was just saying, give him snow powers. Have you got to see the new Scott Pilgrim show? Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Now I've been hearing a lot of arguments
What's the arguments you've been hearing?
on how the creator just changed everything instead of sticking to his original comic thing.
Okay, so I don't want to spoil the show, but yes, Scott Pilgrim was based on a comic book. It was based on the comic book, and then it became the game. Well, forgive me if that's the wrong order, and then it came the movie. But thing is, the anime show is something different. You know, but I still recommend people to watch it. I mean, I just finished watching it because I got a recommendation of it. I got recommended to check out the show.
And here we have our snowman.
Snowman.
I'm so sick of this one.
Fine.
Okay. Halfway there, already completed this.
Oh, halfway there. Whoa, oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand.
Also can complete this.
Take my hand. I'll make it, I swear. Whoa. Squidward on a chair.
And once the 3 days are up, we'll come back for episode 3. Until then, have a great day. Good night. Bye.
Bye.